to this broadcast on TWR. Please join us again every Monday to Friday at 14:30 hours Coordinated Universal Time on 9965 kilohertz. Again, that's Monday to Friday at 14:30 hours Coordinated Universal Time on 9965 kilohertz. You're listening to TWR. Thank you, and God bless.
Hello, this is your friend and fellow Dxer, Arun Kumar Narasimhan, presenting your favorite DX program, Dxers Diary. This 5-minute weekly DX show is broadcast every Sunday in 15205 kilohertz in the 19-meter band from 1500 hours Coordinated Universal Time to our transmitters of KTWR in the beautiful island of Guam. Being a Dxer and an ardent listener of several medium wave and shortwave radio stations since my childhood, I have produced this show keeping in mind the needs of Dxers across the world. This show has been split into different modules catering to requirements of all Dxers and shortwave radio hobbyists. In the first part of this show, we will provide you with details about sunspot number, SFA forecast, and A index. The sunspot number this week is 149, and the SFA forecast ranges from 138 to 140, and A index ranges from 8 to 14. Radio broadcasting and listening have become an integral part of a person's day-to-day activity for several decades now, and every radio will have a history to narrate. It is not only that the radio station will have a history to narrate, but also the country in which it is located will also have a history. For several weeks, we have been broadcasting the history of radio stations in this section. In that series, this week, let's hear the radio broadcasting on the beautiful island of Falklands. In an interview by Trigna Smith, a news editor of Falklands Radio, published on the Radio Heritage website, Smith provides a glimpse of radio broadcasting in the Falkland Islands. Falklands Radio provides information and entertainment for up to 15 hours a day for approximately 2,800 residents. According to Smith, and I quote, a radio service has been broadcasting in the Falkland Islands since 1927. Our building on John Street in Stanley has served as our home since 1955 and supports 2 modern studios from where we provide our community music and news. In the early days, international news was posted 8,000 miles to us from the UK in the form of newspaper clippings. We were also sent programs from the BBC regularly. One of the most memorable broadcasting moments in Falklands radio's history, and indeed broadcasting history in general, is when the studio was invaded by the Argentinian soldiers in 1982, and the station manager at the time, Patrick Watts, was broadcasting as it happened, and his phrase, I quote, "Get the gun out of my back," that has been played in numerous films and documentaries over the past 40 years. Falkland Islands radio station can be found on the following frequencies: 530 kilohertz island wide, 96.5 megahertz Stanley MPA, 88.2 megahertz Sussex Mountains, 88.4 megahertz Bryan Heights, 88.6 megahertz Mount Alice, 88.8 megahertz Mountain William, 101 megahertz infield repeaters Port Howard and Mount Kent, and 88.3 megahertz Stanley only. Let's now move on to the radio section now. There's a lot of news in radio stations across the world. All India Radio Chennai celebrated its 85th year of operation on June 16, 2022. The station had posted a picture with all its employees cutting a cake, celebrating the joyful occasion onto its social media page. We wish all employees and listeners of AIR Chennai a happy birthday and wish the station continues its service for more than 100 years. Friends, we have come to the end of the program now. As in the past, I request you to send your listeners' logs, band scans, reception reports, views, and opinion about the program to dxersdiary@gmail.com. Please keep pleasing us by sending a reception report regularly, and we will acknowledge your reception reports with a QSL or EQSL as early as possible. Until next week, this is your friend and host Arun Kumar Narasimhan signing off. 73. Bye-bye.